What Nerdigans? This is the one and only Packer Girl 89, and today's Anime Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Major Second Season 1, Episode 8, titled Toshiya's Personal Training. Now, going into this live reaction, I'm really hoping that NHK is going to step it up on its animation game a little bit, because I feel like that when it comes to animation for Major Second, that we've hit a major plateau, because at the start of this series, we had like this beautiful high art quality animation, and I would say like last week, we really, and you know, maybe even the week before, we started plateauing a little bit, and I'm hoping NHK is going to, you know, bring back the high quality art animation that I've become accustomed to for this series. And the other thing that I'm really hoping Major Second is going to step it up with is its soundtrack game, because man, oh my god, TMS Entertainment and David Productions, well, David Productions has been stepping up like its animation game, its fucking writing game, and I'm not gonna lie, NHK has been stepping up its writing game. I really love when NHK is done with the writing, even though it's changed the manga canon. I really like when NHK has done with the writing game, with its writing game. And you know what? David Productions has changed a little bit of the manga canon as well, but it's actually worked. It's worked too. And then and David Productions has really stepped up the soundtrack game. But I will give this to Studio Bones. Studio Bones has stepped up its soundtrack game the past couple of weeks, especially this week. Oh my god. But that's something that Major Second has been lacking and that NHK needs to work on, and I'm hoping we're going to get a little bit more of this week. And in general, is the soundtrack, is Major Second soundtrack. I really hope that NHK really steps up the soundtrack, because the rest of the anime that I'm covering, the rest of the manga to anime adaptations I'm covering, we'll see what Platinum Vision gives us today with Devil's Line. But the other anime adaptations I'm covering this season have, like, in the past like couple of weeks, have really stepped up their soundtrack game. So I'm hoping NHK does the same as well. Yes, even Studio Period. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to this week's episode of Major Second. So this week we're starting off with we get a little bit of a recap, which is totally fine with me. This episode needs it. And the thing is with when it comes to filler for Major Second, I am down with filler. And I've said it before. The reason being for filler is, one, this manga is very fast paced, and the pacing needs the filler to slow it down a little bit. And plus, I really like the world building of the series. I really do. So I'm definitely down with the filler, especially like the filler we got a couple weeks ago with Toshi and oh my god, with the Toshi flashback. I really love that, and I know the major fans really loved it as well. So after this flashback here, and you know, in the opening song, we get like we get some cute filler of Daigo playing or Daigo at the batting cages, you know, practicing his catch, and Sakura asking him to teach her how to bat. But the thing is, and I know that I don't know if what you guys think about this, but like part of me is thinking that Sakura should know how to bat a little bit because her brother played baseball. But then I just remembered, yeah, it's only mentioned in the manga that she only played catch with her brother. So anyway, where we're starting off manga canon wise this week is and it took me a bit to find it. Where are we? Hold on a second. Manga canon wise, it starts about at the 4-minute 57-second mark, and we're starting off with the adaptation of chapter 21 this week. So without further ado, let's get to it. I will say this: NHK, the animation for the gloves, or at least for Daigo's glove, has really improved. Because remember when we saw the pictures, you know, the mitt for a while back, it didn't look as detailed. It definitely looks a lot better. But I'm gonna say this, landscape wise, NHK, come on. Come on, you could give it. That tree looks. This is like at the 5-minute 27-second mark. That shit looks janky. And I know you nerdigans are like, what the fuck, Packer Girl? Why are you giving NHK shit for a tree? I'm sorry. If you go watch Captain Tsubasa and see what David Productions, how they animate trees, or fuck, even TMS Entertainment animates trees in Yamushi Pedal, you will understand why I'm giving them shit for a fucking tree. Like, I'm sorry, that tree does not look, the leaves in that tree do not look that pretty. I'm sorry. Oh my god! This music for when Sakura comes in! That oh my god! The comedic music! I've been listening to a lot of like serious like bass soundtracks this week. But god damn it, I needed this. I really needed this comedic soundtrack. And you know what? That Sakura filler, it really made a lot of sense because it definitely set up for this scene. It was see, this is why that's why I said, nerdigans, when it comes to the filler writing, NHK has been pretty goddamn good. It's not like what Studio Period has been doing lately when it's been coming to filler, where it's filler for the sake of filler, which has been really pissing me off. And I'm talking about Black Clover. I don't cover Tokyo Ghoul re-anime on this channel because that shit has been pissing me the fuck off. I might cover the second half. You know what? If Studio Period is watching this, because I've been telling them to watch Major Second anime. But Studio Period, for the love of God, if you give us a good anime adaptation of Tokyo Ghoul Re in the fall, then I will watch it and I will cover it. But anyway, back to what I was saying writing-wise, because I was talking about Studio Period. This is what I'm talking about good filler. It's not filler for the sake of filler. The filler that we got at the beginning of the episode, it actually works here. It actually worked there because it set up the manga canon perfectly. Yay, we're getting facial expressions right today. Oh my god, the comedy is just spot on this week. And yes, I know, and Studio Bones got the comedy down pretty damn good this week too. But god damn it, the comedy here, the comedy is just so much better. Major Second, I should say this, NHK has gotten the comedy down so much better this week because god damn it, that music, that sound, this is what I mean by soundtrack game. That soundtrack, that it just sets it up so oh god, damn, dude, all the anime this week has really stepped up its soundtrack game. I don't know if I'm playing an influence in this because I've been talking a lot about in my live reactions about the importance of a soundtrack. If I am, then god damn it. You're welcome, I guess. But god damn it, this is great, NHK. We're stepping up a soundtrack game this week. I am down. I love and also, I know, I'm going to be, my inner music nerd is coming out this week, fam. For those that don't know, I've played clarinet for over 10 years, and I've played in both various bands, like genres of bands like band, marching band, orchestra. So if my inner music nerd comes out, that's why. But oh my god, I love when we get the tension. When Daigo's mom is like, Daigo, quit being mean, and that's when we still have the muted trumpet going on. I almost said trombone, but I was like, no, it's too high pitched to be a trombone. We got the muted trumpet going on, and then we have the tension going on and with the strings, and I love it. This is so good, NHK. We're really stepping it up this week. Ooh, NHK just wants to. I think NHK, and I've been saying it every week, but I think NHK really wants to give David Productions a run for its money. You're not gonna. I'm gonna tell you right now, NHK, you ain't gonna do it. What David Productions gave this week was pure goddamn art. You ain't gonna do it. You're not gonna do it this week. I don't give a fuck unless you give me like pure high art, like and like various animation techniques. What that David Productions gave us, you ain't gonna do it. But you're definitely getting up there. I'm really loving what you're doing though this week. I'm loving it. And then oh my god, I've got to be talking about this. And then I'm sorry, I have to talk about like just about bar for bar for almost for this section because it's just really good. I love like after the tension hit its peak and like it's resolving its after like the oh my god. After after it basically is resolving itself, or when it's resolving itself, like you have the flute. And the scene's resolving itself too. You have the flute and the clarinet coming in, and and then like when it's like fully finishing up, you got the piccolo coming in too. This was so good. Whoever is composing this episode, major props. This was good. I really like this piece a lot. This piece was good. Part of me thinks Sakura just wanted to be around Daigo because she has she still has feelings for Daigo. And like, part of me thinking she wants to be around Toshi. Like, if part of me thinks she actually wants to learn how to bat. Part of me thinks she just wants to be around Daigo because she still has a crush on Daigo. Part of me thinks it's both. But if it were me, I just would want to be around Toshi because damn, that man is fine. Okay, damn it, NHK, you almost had. We were doing so well with Daigo's facial expression when the problem is when Sakura would hit the ball. Like, why didn't you have Daigo's eyes popping out of his head? Why? That was the only thing so far that like was incorrect, and it took away from the comedic moment, and that just sucks. Okay, I have to talk about the soundtrack, and this is right after after Sakura is hitting the baseballs. Am I the only one that's thinking about Mario Brothers? Like this, in particular, Mario. I'm really thinking of Mario Kart. Am I the only one that's thinking about this music? Totally is making me think about it. It's totally reminding me about Mario. Reminding me of Mario Kart. It really is. You know, when you get the star power. That's exactly what that soundtrack is from. Oh my god! Am I the only one that's noticing this? Oh my god. It really is. Oh my god. I want to know if I'm wrong on this. It's totally from Mario. I can't put my finger on it if it's from Mario Kart or from Mario Brothers or something, but it's definitely I think it's when you get the star power. That's where it's from. That's what it reminds me of, is when you get the star power. I want to know if I'm the only one that it's everyone is. I want to know if anyone else is reminded of the star power this is when Sakura hits the baseballs. I really want to know. Oh my god, I love Sakura's facial expression for when she's watching Daigo hit the balls. Oh my god, it's just so perfect. It's not in the manga, actually. I like it even more. So we're stepping up. We're stepping up our facial animation game so far. Minus the one that was missed, which was Daigo's eyes not popping out of his head, but. Man, we're doing good so far. Minus Daigo's eyes not popping out of his head. We're doing really good. I'm really liking this episode this week. And we got the shower scene. Oh my god, because like for the most part we've been like NHK has been kind of censoring the shower stuff with Izumi so far. Oh my god, I'm so glad we got the shower scene. This is such a good episode. Thank you NHK for giving me this. The animation is so great. I love the facial expression on Daigo's face. I love the soundtrack. I love this comedic soundtrack. The soundtrack is so good because it's really refreshing for me because the soundtrack I've been getting all week has been very like serious and like adventurous and all that shit. This is a lot more fun and comedic, and I love it. This is exactly what I needed in NHK, especially before going into before I start doing a live reaction for Devil's Line. I definitely needed this episode. Oh my god, I needed it. Oh, NHK, really? We're not going to see any of the right fielder practice? Really? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna be patient on this one. I'm hoping we're gonna see the right fielder practice because yes, it's brief in the manga, like right before the Dolphins practice. But I really was hoping NHK was gonna show it and expand it a little bit. But we'll see. We'll see what they're gonna do. Wow, so they completely changed this, and you know what? I don't mind how NHK changed chapter 21 a little bit. So what it was supposed to be, but at the same time, I'm kind of annoyed because what it was supposed to be what does that he mean by that? Something like best 8. Are you an idiot? The Dolphins always lose in the first round. Really? But you guys were here last year, weren't you? Robbie and Andy did their best last year, but we lost because of errors. We lost at first round because of poor hitting and errors every time. But I think it's okay to expect something this year. I kind of wish they would have done that. I really wish NHK would have stuck with this portion of the dialogue from the manga. It's kind of bugging me that they changed it that much. But like the stuff where like Urabe is treating his teammates, treating everyone like shit. Like that's fine. I like that part of the dialogue. I don't mind. I don't mind that shit at all. It's just the way that they were talking about the well, you know what? I don't mind the shit about the defense that much, but I wish they would have had like the batting error a little bit more focused on the batting errors than anything else. But I'm very curious for the manga readers, I'm very curious what you guys think. I kind of am a little bit disappointed in the writing change. Because Sakura was supposed to be the one to initiate the conversation about the best 8, but whatever. So something that's cool, and I really love that NHK is giving this to us, and I think for the rest of this episode, it's gonna be filler, is we're actually seeing the match, and I'm really loving this the soundtrack. The soundtrack is really, really good. The animation is just I feel like NHK could step it up a little bit more with the animation. The animation is just, it's fine. It's beautiful. It's not bad. It's just not like wow. It's like I feel like NHK is kind of holding back a little bit with the animation. I feel like they could do so much more with this animation, and it's killing me. I don't know if they're just saying, because I don't know if they're saving it for when because I don't know if we're going to get to, because we're at episode 8. I don't know if we're going to get to the actual battery of like when Hikaru because in the manga where we're at now, Hikaru and Daigo are actually gonna they just formed their battery, or they reunited their battery, so to speak, and they're actually gonna they're premiering their battery, and I'm very curious if that's where the anime that's the direction that NHK wants to go for the season finale, because if that's the case, because we're basically finishing chapter 21, what I'm guessing is next chapter is going to be next episode is going to be the Hikaru episode. Yeah, it'll be a Hikaru episode, and then I don't know, we'll see how the pacing is next week. You know what, I'm going to say this, it depends on how the pacing goes for the next few weeks. Or for the last few weeks of the season, in all reality. I really like this. You know what? Yes, we're only getting one chapter adapted this week. But you know what? It's definitely worth it, because we definitely needed to see how the Dolphins played in this practice match, because we didn't get it in the manga. And also, this soundtrack is rocking. I am digging it. I love it. I love the soundtrack this week. It is. What is with the anime just stepping up their soundtrack game? I don't know if I'm having something to do with it, because I've been talking about how the soundtrack has kind of been lacking in anime lately, but god damn it, the soundtrack has really been stepping up its game. In anime, it's been really going, the anime studios are really going for it this week. I'm really goddamn impressed. Yay! The line about the top 8, it's here. NHK did have the line here after all. Oh my god, they just had it at the end of the episode. You got me there, NHK. You got me there. I'm glad you have it here. This makes me happy. I am so fucking happy that it's here. Because I was like thinking, wait a minute. If you don't have this line here, then you're kind of just changing the manga. But no, they have it here. So that other dialogue that we had, basically, for the most part, was just dramatic filler. And you know what? I'm down with it. I am down with the filler. And the poor fitting in defense. Yeah, the poor hitting and defense stuff that I thought was skipped. It was that I thought was completely skipped. I mean the poor hitting shit. That was here at the end of the episode. Good stuff, NHK. I'm very proud of you. I'm glad that you had it here. I was worried that you were just gonna completely skip it and just overwrite it with what you had earlier, but man, I was wrong. Okay, so basically, right before the 21-minute 55-second mark, we're starting to get into chapter 22's adaptation of the manga, and boy, am I loving it. Hold on a second. Let me just double check something and make sure I am right on this front here. Or no, I'm sorry. We're still in chapter 21. I thought we were at chapter 22. I'm sorry. But the stuff with the like father, like son with Sato, that was filler, and I am down with Toshi. That was filler. I love it, and I love the picture of little Hikaru. It was so cute. Oh my god, that was adorable. Oh my god, the end of this episode. Oh my god. So first of all, we gotta talk about the soundtrack. That minor chord progression we had when Hikaru went to lay down was just so beautiful. Oh my god. And then and this is why I like what the filler that NHK does, because the filler that NHK does is very symbolic. Because right before we got the Hikaru stuff, when we were seeing the Toshi stuff, we saw the picture of Toshi with Hikaru, and then in Hikaru's room, we saw the picture of him with the same exact picture. Oh my god, this is what I'm talking about. The writing, NHK's writing is just really good. Writing-wise, we did fantastic. You guys, NHK has just really stepped it up writing-wise. And also soundtrack, NHK really has knocked it out of the park. But the thing is, and I still am standing by my statement, I feel like animation-wise, NHK could really push it a little bit more. I really do, because I just think about the episodes we had at the start of the season, and where we had that beautiful, like, painting-like animation, and the various techniques they used in the animation techniques, and the animation styles, and I'm just like, I'm just not seeing it this week. And I don't think we saw it last week either, and it just really frustrates me, because as I said, I feel like we've hit an animation plateau with Major Second. And you know what? To an extent, I feel like we've hit it at one with Studio Bones, too. I should have said that in my My Hero Academia video. But I think it was because it was like 4 in the morning. I was just really tired and I didn't think about it. But yeah, I think we've hit an animation plateau with Major Second. But when it comes to like techniques. But the symbolism that NHK had this week was really, really nice. I love the symbolism you guys put in here. This is the stuff I like from NHK with the writing and like the little symbol, like the stuff with Sakura in the beginning, foreshadowing Sakura playing or training with Daigo, and then the stuff at the end. That was really, really nice. And also the stuff with the Rabe too. I forgot about that. The stuff with the Rabe prior to the practice match as well. That was really, really nice. That's why I said the writing is really good, and the writing sets up sets the animation up for giving us like so much more symbolism. But at the same time, the animation is just not like meeting up to its not all the time. Not the whole episode. It's not meeting up to its expectations, if that makes sense. Anyway, I'm very curious what you guys thought of this episode. Overall, this episode, as usual, was really good. I just think that NHK could really step it up a little bit more with its animation. That's my only thing. Anyway, let me know your thoughts either in the comment section below or in the Nerdigans Inc. Discord server. The link to that's in the description box below. And remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. If you love what I'm doing and want to contribute to my channel expansion, there's a few ways you could do that. You could donate to my PayPal, Patreon, GoFundMe, or purchase something off my Amazon wishlist. All that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and friend me on PlayStation Network. That's in the description box below as well. Till next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye!